Hey, good Monday morning, YouTube. Hugmeister's Garage and Workshop. We're over here in the old basement tavern in the office this morning. Going to show you what we did this weekend. Give you a little background on this job. I had a Harman P68 pellet stove right there. And all those marks on the floor is that adhesive that ain't going to come up. So we got to get a rug for that. That's where the old furnace used to be before we put the wood boiler in. But that was our backup heat in case the boiler went down. So what we're doing is we're putting some diesel heaters in down here. This is for Lynn's office. And that's the outlet up there in the corner. I don't know if you can see it. But we got it done yesterday. But we did a little something different. See, this is in the house. I bought one of those Vevor server cabinets. And I laid it out. And drilled it out with some, I think I used 1.5 and 3/4 for the cold air intake. Insulated the lines, goes out to our masonry wall and outside. So everything's self-contained, everything's insulated. The only thing I want to do is I want to find like a 5-gallon metal wall-mounted tank. I don't like the idea of these plastic tanks in the house, but that was enough to get us going. I mean, I'm sure it's fine for back here, but in case it ever got punctured or anything, metal would give me a little more peace of mind. But this thing works nice. So what we're going to do is this, that was a P68 pellet stove, and that put out 68,000 BTU. There's the old blocks I got to take out. But we're going to put one there, and I'm going to do something different over here. This is the old penetration for the wall that went out, and it goes out underneath the deck into the dirt. And when it shows up, I've got a bigger server cabinet. I'm going to put 2 in there. And I'm going to put sleeve through the wall for an external fuel tank so we can have 2 going. So if we take, these put out 27,400 BTU a piece. So we're going to end up with like 82,000 equivalent. So we're actually going to have more heat available for emergencies if the boiler goes out for some time. And this one in here is going to be nice because in the spring and the fall, that way she won't have to fire up that pellet stove and heat the whole basement. She can just turn this on, and this works really good down here. And this brought this up to 72 and no problem because say we're right in a basement wall on the floor. So I'll fire it up real quick and I'll be back when it's up and running. Alright, we're outside here. I just hole sawed through our gemstone and I lucked out. I hit a cell. I tried to lay it out for one, and I actually got it right for one time, but I didn't put a muffler on this. I just pointed the pipe down. That way it doesn't stick out when I hit the lawnmower. But there's our intake, and I just foamed around everything. And you got a nice air gap around that insulated sleeve, so that conduit sleeve works good. And if you ever want to, if you just run 3/4 conduit through there, that factory vent pipe will slip right over that, and you can clamp it. So you don't got to run that small black duct through the wall. You got more physical protection, and it draws just fine. We'll go back inside. Yeah, you can feel the heat way over here by the door. I mean, this is coming up nice. Got a little bit of noise in there for that settles down, but did that yesterday. I think it's burning off on pre-burn still. But there's the other end where that conduit comes through for the intake. And we come out of the side, right through the cabinet. Took a turn with that ductwork, and that's where it goes into the room in there. We temperature shot the exhaust with that sleeve in there. We're getting anywhere from 180 to 205 degrees, so perfectly within the limits. Plus it goes right through a masonry wall, so we don't got to worry about that. And yeah, she's quieting down now. I think that's the sound of the diesel burning off when it made that noise. But you don't really hear that pump on the other side of the wall, which is good. And whenever I put these in, I always buy the hard fuel line kit. They cost, you know, cost a little bit more, but it's a good looking, longer installation with the good clamps. And you know, always tilt your fuel pump 30 degrees. And I try to mount the pumps a little closer to the tank, especially when it pumps uphill. It gets fuel into that pump quicker when you're priming it, so you're not running it dry. And it only took 2 times and I got it all the way up there. But like I say, seeing this in the house, added safety factor, I want to get a wall mounted, no more than 5 gallon tank. I mean, this burns forever on this for heating one room. But, oh, what else? Oh, I just bought a power supply off Amazon, 15 amp, 120 volt to 12 volt power supply to use it. So that just plugs in there, and that's on our generator circuit. So if power goes out, we'll still have power, or we can swap it over to our solar inverter circuit. That's our circuit that comes from the garage. So we got multiple power sources. And so I would not use these for permanent heat in a house. Like I say, they're backup, so I don't got to mess with pellets anymore. And it's just easy just to take my little transfer tank and top these tanks off. So keep an eye out for that double install. But this is the first one we did, and we've got a bigger cabinet coming. But I think it makes a nice looking installation. Have a good day, folks.